Alright guys, now we're doing chapter 1, example problem 2, which involves word problems. I apologize, I had to move to a new location because my family is being loud. So, we love word problems, don't we? So, my word problem is, last year I went to the Taylor Swift 1989 World Tour concert in Philadelphia, PA. It took me a long time to get there because I had to take many methods of travel in order to arrive early enough to buy all the merchandise. I went 1/4 of the trip by car, 1/3 of the way by train, and then I walked the rest of the way, which was 3 miles. How long was my trip to the concert? So I underlined the key things that you need to know. Okay. Sorry about that. So I'm going to use my pen because I don't have a computer anymore. So our first step is we're going to identify the question. So let's look up here. We're going to identify our question. Where is it at? Here it is. How long was my trip to the concert? So how many total miles was the trip is what we're asking. Then we're going to make notes on the things that are needed to solve the equation. So just the important stuff. So basically the stuff that I underlined up here. So the car is 1/4 of the trip, train 1/3, and walking 3 miles, which I recorded right here. Then we're going to set up an equation and determine what x equals. In this case, x equals the total miles traveled. So we're taking our distance by car, distance by train, distance by foot, and equals the total distance. Makes sense, doesn't it? Next, we're going to set up an equation and determine what x equals. In this case, x equals the total miles traveled. So this equation is pretty simple. It's 1/4 of the total miles traveled, as we know of means multiply, plus 1/3 of the total miles traveled by train, plus 3 miles by foot equals the total miles. So then we just move the x terms to the right side by subtracting all of them from both sides. So we're going to put all of our x terms over here and just leave the 3. So we're subtracting this and that moved over here. Then we're going to combine like terms by subtracting the x's on the right side. So negative 1/4 x minus 1/3 x, 5/12 x, and then we just divide both sides by 5/12 and receive our final answer. Leave it in decimal form because it makes more sense when referring to miles. So ours is the total distance traveled, 7.2 miles. We don't say 7 and 1/5 of a mile, we say 0.2. So that's why I left it in decimal form, and then you write your answer in sentence form always for a word problem. So the total distance traveled was 7.2 miles, and that's the end.